Hello and welcome to the Nuxt3 Tailwind CSS tutorial. The aim of this tutorial is to teach you how to apply the Tailwind CSS with Nuxt3. Okay, but we will not go in the detail because the Nuxt3 and then the Tailwind CSS have so many components that you can use, or maybe the syntax. Therefore, this video tutorial is just give you the introduction and then you can apply the step later. Okay, so in order to know what is the tailwind CSS, you need to know CSS first. CSS means cascaded style sheet. It is an attempt to separate the HTML document, the format, and the content. So we have the link in the W3 school that you can see in here. W3 school, they're gonna have the tutorial and then show you the syntax. However, I will not teach you each detail. That is not the objective of this tutorial. Okay, so we see, like I told you, so if you know basic the HTML, it means normally when we want to do HTML, we're gonna have the source code. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, something like this, and then in this HTML, we can have the component, right? So we have the body tag, and then the body like this one. Okay, so we can put the word we want. However, when we want to do the format in the beginning, in the early version of the HTML, we just put the format together tag. The tag in the source code itself. For example, we want to do the center of this word, right? HTML body center. So it means we want to have this word put in center, so we just put center tag. So you see, if the web page is become bigger, you're gonna find out that it's gonna be everywhere. I mean the web page, the file gonna be very big, and then the content is gonna mess with them. So that's why we need to have the CSS. Okay, so the CSS and then the HTML is the application of the tag. TAG tag. And then I mean the tag is we have the concept called XML. That HTML is one subset of XML, but okay, we did not need to worry about XML at this moment. Okay, here let's go to next one. How to use CSS? CSS is mean instead of you gonna put the tag that define the format, we just create what we call style. And then when we set the style, if you want to use it, you want to use this style, so you just use the class of that content that you want. So let's see in the CSS tutorial of the W3 school. They're gonna say that if you set the body, the background color gonna become light blue. Yeah, you see. So you see, you need to put this one in everywhere, right? For example, when I said this is my first CSS example, you see, it's gonna be white color. You did not need to put white color in this tag. You see, they have something like this, and this one is the name. When you put the style and then you use the HTML component. So I can show you. For example, if we try to use this one, uh, body H1 and P is the tag that we have it already, like the tag that is built in. However, we can use some extension like this one. For example, we want to have the font color to become other color. So what we're gonna do is we can have the name like dot. This one can be any name. I can set my text 01 my text 01, and then in my text 01 in here I gonna set something like the color and then this color I can set like the black it can be say like black so this one is in my text 01 so this one is the black already. Maybe I change this one to another color like red. Red So in this P, when you say this is paragraph, it's still black color, right? So, but if you said P class equal to my text 01 and then you run นะครับ so it's gonna become red color because it is P so it is using this tag นะครับ this kind of format and then have the color that is my name นะครับ so this one is mean they gonna use both explanation or both format we did not need to put the color red in the content at all so you see this one is the way we use in CSS นะครับ that is very powerful right I mean you just do it one time นะครับ so if we put the code of the style in the same file that we are working นะครับ imagine that we are using the HTML we call internal CSS but some people they have the source code the CSS separately right so it means you have the file, the CSS in one file, and then the HTML content in another file, and then you just put the link นะครับ so this one we call internal CSS and external CSS นะครับ in some website นะครับ if you did not use Nuxt3 you use something else like the PHP or JSP นะครับ normally we gonna have the archive of the external CSS นะครับ even though in the Nuxt3 we can create our own CSS file นะครับ but for this tutorial we're gonna use Tailwind นะครับ so one thing you're gonna notice is that when we do the website we found out that the CSS code is repeating. You know, I mean, you do one project, you use the same code. Second project, you use the same code, right? So if you just keep have the code again and again, maybe it's not working, you know, because you just do something like reinvent the wheel, right? Reinventing the wheel, something like that. So what we do one day we have the people that okay. A group of web developers decide to pull the CSS style together, something like that นะครับ so we want to put the CSS style together นะครับ so what we do after we put the CSS style together so we did not need to create CSS anymore right so unless you cannot find anyone who have this style you know I mean if you cannot find it's okay you can do but you did not need to นะครับ you did not need to you just use CSS code that someone create already นะครับ so in the world นะครับ in the world they have so many people do this kind of stuff but the most popular one that I see นะครับ in the past few years is Bootstrap and Tailwind CSS นะครับ so we call Bootstrap is the structural CSS framework นะครับ so they have the ton of free and sometimes paid นะครับ you can pay นะครับ the solution so this one the bootstrap is very good for the customization of your CSS framework นะครับ so you can type bootstrap นะครับbootstrap CSS นะฮะ something like this and then you can see นะครับ so the bootstrap is the framework and then that is very good นะครับ the idea is like I told you นะครับ you every web developer need not need to create the style they have someone create style and then they pull it together นะ something like this นะครับ however in this tutorial we're gonna use Tailwind right so what is the tailwind นะครับ tailwind is mean it's similar to bootstrap that they gonna have someone pull it and the tailwind they have some features นะครับ actually bootstrap had it too but since we're gonna use tailwind we're gonna say that the tailwind has the feature that we need for example you can use the command prompt to install tailwind in your Nuxt3 and then just put a few lines of code in the configuration and that's it. You don't even need to have one line of CSS code. You can create the website with the CSS style นะฮะ something like this. So the Tailwind is really good นะครับ it's really good idea so that you just have some command and then the rest for the rest of the world you just see the document and then use it see the document and use it so you forget about creation นะครับ something like this Okay, so we gonna have the hand-on section. This one is to install, but in order to make it easier for you, I gonna start over.